Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sony and this is Gems of War. And today we have Raid Event, Raid Boss, help your guild close the portals this week, use troops from a kingdom, ADANA, and daily battles to defeat the Raid Boss. We'll also do the week's preview for ADANA, which is a really good kingdom. It's a good event key drop table kingdom if you got event keys. It's a good kingdom for restrictions, for raid event, for Underspire. You know, really good troops in ADANA, so it should be a pretty easy week and a fruitful week for some of y'all out there. Hopefully getting Ironhawk and Tina and Tesla and Bork and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah. Let's get into it here. Let me set up the stream, though, remember. So let me run an auto battle in ADANA, see if the AI can win for you. Something you could do when you're done for the day or when you wake up in the morning when you're not really playing. Just run an auto battle, get the pet. So let's see if it can do that while I set her up. Turn in your ticket to the train. Hit the like button. Don't be a turnstile jumper. Don't do it. Be a turnstile jumper. And your jumper, Michael Jordan from the free throw line. Alright, upload thumbnail. I do got one. Been trying, y'all. Been trying. Every day, every stream, doing thumbnails. Come on, baby. See what happens when I do that. Alright, jump into the chat. Hitting that like. Going to live chat. We got Daniel Lucas, Funky Town, Texas. Lady Alfhild, Sauna. Anita, MJK Jets. Yeah. Let's go. Hit the like. Let's put some backup on here. Come on. Come on. Donna week. Raids, you know raids. Raids are second easiest guild event. Invasion is the only thing easier than raids. Normally they give you the weapon and the troop. Lately it's just been the troop, but still good. Oh, Guild Wars, how'd everybody do in Guild Wars? I put a video out yesterday. It was members only, it was no commentary, but it was, you know, Sunday. Mrs. Cindy's home, I had a family function. I streamed on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But for Sunday, I just did my Guild Wars and recorded it and then showed it to members. So if anybody wants to see that, it's out there. Gems of War live streams done. I ended up going 14-1. Just one little loss to a Chrysanthrax team. Gems of War raid. Gems of War raid boss. Gems of War ADANA. Ironhawk. Gems of War. I'm just gonna put all the cool troops. Tesla. Tina, I guess. What else here? Gems of War. Okay. Gems of War. Preview. Got my Underspire done as well. I put that on the end of that video yesterday. 7th boss. Dragon. Even went back and did a few Sentinels. Or tried for Sentinels, you know how that is. Very rare. I got 5 out of the 6. I just can't get that 6th one. It's been a while. No, I don't really try. I'm not like going to every dead end though. There's people out there that go to every dead end. But I'm not going that far. But if I do see Sentinels along the way when I'm doing my Underspire, I'll save them for later. I don't do them immediately because I don't want to waste a torch. I'm going to make sure I get to the 7th dragon first. And then once I get to the 7th dragon, I'll go back and I'll do all those Sentinels. Because you can do them later. You can skip them and do them when you're done. So that's what I do. Alright, monetization. Let's turn it down, but not all the way off. I've been putting a goal on the Ghost Train where if you wanted to, you could turn off all the ads for everybody. Be a hero. Some people hate these things. It's kind of a necessary evil, but I do turn them down quite a bit. But it's out there. Maybe in the future sometime. If anybody wants to turn them off for everybody. Be a hero. Alright, got that. Alright, we just gotta copy paste a couple things. Looks like we won. Nice. Just gotta copy one more thing and paste it into the description. I should be ready. Paste that, save that. And I think I'm ready. Alright, Sauna with the gifted, thank you so much, went to Reverb. Reverb is now a sinner and one with the choir, we must pray. Sauna running out there, cape a flowing, sword a shining. We've been keeping it tuned up at least these days. We remember it, we look at it, we check the oil, we pop the hood, we start it up sometimes, we rev it. We've slid into the gas station a couple of times this month. So we're not all the way out of tidy whities. We're probably out of brewskis. And we're probably down to our last smokes. We scratched all our scratchers, so we're out of those. And our tidy whities are hanging in there. They might be a little baggy and a little browny, but I think we're okay. You know what I mean? Like, we're hanging in there. There might be a little extra air conditioning in the crotch, but we're hanging in there, man. We got some tidy whities this month. Probably scratched out all our scratchers though. I mean, those don't last very long. You get them and you do them right away. So, no scratchers. The brewskis are getting low, the smokes are getting low, but the whitey tidy's hanging in there, baggy, little brownie, but still on our heinies. Okay, so let me grab my mail. First thing I like to do, actually, let me do my my guild, like give to my guild. Okay, your guild has defeated yesterday's opponent, Midnight Reapers, 20,429 versus 13,642. We did, like, okay. I think we're going to go down a little bit. If you lose at all, you kind of, I feel like you go down a little bit at least. And we lost, I think, 2 days. So we, like, won 2, we lost 2. We were against pretty tough opponents. I can't remember exactly what all their ranks were, but there was, like, top 20, top 30. I think we did top 30 twice, top 20 once, and maybe a top 10. I can't remember. Like, the top 10, like, the worst, like, the hardest day was the day where I lost the one fight to the Chrysanthrax team, I think. You'll have to go back and watch it. I did it all on live stream, so if I'm making stuff up, you can go check it out. But, I think we're going to go down a little bit, which is fine. No big deal. If you lose at all, you're going to go down, probably, because there's guilds out there winning every day, so they're going to go up, of course. But, you know, we were in, like, what, 16th or something, or maybe we were in, like, I forget what place we were in, but we'll probably go down to, like, top 30s. But I want to give it to my guild, so my mail will be, I won't have to be redundant. And then we'll go to get the troop in the shop, and then we'll make our raid teams, high, mid, and low. Then we'll do the weekly preview for ADANA. Alright, so let's give some gold. We want to get all the stats first. Make sure magic's done. Purple task done. Nice. Okay, what's the next closest thing? We got 9 out of 12 and 9 out of 12. Let's finish this one off. And that's what I'll do there. We only need to give 1,000,000, but I usually just complete something. So whatever completing something costs me. Now we got another stat, right? Green. Got more HP. Then I'll go collect my mail. Which includes some Guild Wars stuff there. Nice. It's the kind of stuff you get from being in a good guild. That's why you should try to get into a good guild as soon as possible. It's easier these days, too, because your hero level, sometimes what people base it on mistakenly. And you can get your hero level up really fast these days, so you should not have too much trouble joining a pretty good guild. It was way harder 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 4 years ago. But these days, it shouldn't be that hard to get into a very good guild. Like, pretty quickly. And then you'll get this kind of stuff every Monday. Which is what you should be shooting. It's like the best, the main thing, the first thing, the best thing. Like, get into a good guild. For Gems of War, like, overall, guild, good guild. Give you more stats, and you'll get good stuff every week, and then you'll get rewards from guild events, and it's nice. And we got 21 hours on that. Alright, let's go to our offers. Ooh, I'm going to get the Deed of Magic. Hey, I got another 20 2030 kingdom. I did it yesterday. So now I have 11 2030 kingdoms. See ADANA? I just got it 2030'd. I got my last book. I had gold marks, so I went into PvP shop and I had enough for 2, and one of them was a yellow book, so I was able to then do 2030. I had to use a lot of orbs, a lot of metals. I'm pretty low, but that's all that I need them for now, so it's fine. You know, I saved like 10 gold orbs, 10 silver, 10 bronze. That way I still have them if I need them for like any good troops that come into the game. But I did have to use like quite a bit of my resources to get this done. Then I decided my next kingdom was going to be brown, because we already knew that. When we looked to see like what our next one was going to be when we chose yellow, brown was very close to being picked, but it was just like one book behind. So for brown, I did Draxum like an idiot, so I made a mistake. Because Draxum, you cannot get to power 30. And I didn't know... see, even I make mistakes. So I put freaking Draxum on 20, and I should have looked at this first. Because now I can't even get it to power 30. But oh well. It's not like a huge deal, but it is a mistake on my part. There didn't seem to be any other like brown kingdoms that I liked too much. I don't even know. Anyway, they're like all HP and whatnot. That one was attack, but it is a mistake. I still got the stat for getting it to 20, but now I'm not going to get the stat for getting it to 30. So I should have used those brown books in a different brown kingdom, basically. So it sucks I did that, but it is what it is. Once you hit that button, you can't take it back. That's what I'm always trying to like harp on it and, you know, be extra about it and whatnot. Because once you do it, you can't take it back. And even I make mistakes. It's kind of like City of Thieves and going past level 20 when you're trying to farm still. And once you do it, you can't go back. So that's why I say it so much, and I'm annoying about it, really. I'm annoying about it. That way you don't make these mistakes that you can't take back. Like getting new mythics that suck and wasting your keys and doing City of Thieves past level 20 and level 20ing kingdoms that can't even be 30'd or 16, 17, 18ing all your kingdoms. Like, you can't take that back, you know, and it's forever. So I'm trying to make it to where you don't do that. Alright, so the shop. We gotta get this troop in case it's useful for the event. Always get your spoils of war, it's totally worth it. 10 event keys, it's a good week for those. Got Watts, 1927. Get him full lead, just in case. We'll talk about him later, but I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be good for the event, but just in case. But here we go. Raid boss. Got Stormy Dagonath, Deep King of Storms. Adana, use this kingdom's troops in battles. We got the event captain, Lock 1887. Lock 1887. Lock loot? Is that what that's supposed to say? Lock, or something like that. I guess not loot. Isn't it A to B? 1 is L, 7 is T. So whatever that is. Or maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But let's go to the shop. We gotta buy up to the weapon, just because it's new. It's not good or anything. They used to put good weapons here, but they're on to a different typing. They stick to this typing forever until they do like every kingdom or every whatever. So right now they're on this, and this is not good. But you still get it because it's a great time to get this weapon for while you're getting other stuff. Potions, turns, the troop, etc. So buy up to the weapon, it's smart. If you can. I know if you're a beginner, you're just trying to do what you can do, but if you're out of that beginner phase, if you got all the whole game unlocked, you know, you're done with the tutorials, done with the world quest, you got Rowan, you're cruising in the underworld, got all the legendaries, and you're into your daily, like, you know, daily stuff, then you should be probably buying up to the weapon by now. Let's do it. Raid is one where you don't need multiples of the troop. So it doesn't matter if there's other boss killers. With invasion, that's one of the first things you look at. You say, is there other tower killers? Because I have to use the tower killer from the event that I get in the shop. I have to get extra points. But when there's 4 towers, and I don't have anything else that's any good, I could use other tower killers from the past to help me kill those towers. Because they really like one-shot them. That's what they're built for, is to one-shot the towers, an invasion. But raid is different because there's only one boss. One raid, one thing that you can one-shot. There's not 4 towers, there's not 4 raid bosses, there's only one. So you use the troop that we get right here, the Lock 1887. Because who cares if there's other boss killers? Because there's only one boss, and you have to use this boss killer to get extra points, so it doesn't matter. But we got the weapon. Let's make some teams. I usually start with high-level team, where I can use whatever I want. I'm hoping you have everything in the game, or at least very close to it. Chad with a two, running out there to help Sana. Thank you so much. Daniel says I opened 2K event keys, got 4 mythics, 3 giant, what's his face, and the Sparkinator. I was hoping to get my 3rd Ironhawk. That's perfect example of why you need like a ton of event keys. Because it's not even like that you need enough just to get a mythic. There's multiple mythics, so you're gonna, it's like a certain % chance that you even get a mythic. And then there's like 4 mythics, so then it's a 25% chance that if you even get a mythic that you're going to get the one that you're actually looking for. So if you're looking for Ironhawk, you really got to say, not that you did anything wrong, Daniel, that's a good amount. But it's a good example as to why like I recommend at least 4K if you want to get Ironhawk for sure. Like you have 2K, you have a good chance at getting Ironhawk, but I always recommend like 4,000 or so to get at least one Ironhawk. To make sure, you know. But that sucks, man. Crow is here. Tyrion Shark. Donna says, still with your head in the weekend, Tyrion. Panda is here. I got weekend, whole weekend. Well, if you know what I mean. LMFAO. Happy Monday. Jet says, I think the next Guild Wars might get delayed a week or 2 for the August update. Could happen. They don't like doing updates right before Guild Wars, usually. In case there's bugs and stuff. Tyrion says, Dragsum is one of the newest kingdoms under the old format. No, it's so stupid. It was like late last night. I don't know. Excuses. Panda says, Sana is our forever immortal goddess and captain of a pirate. Yep. I was on that pirate ship at one time. She let me aboard. And I went on it for a while. My new account playthrough. Tyrion says, I think there are 3 to 4 old kingdoms, and then obviously everything from Nexus forward under new kingdom system that can't 30-20 max. Yeah, I should have picked one of the stupid HP kingdoms. Probably like Urskaya or something, if that one's brown. I don't know if it even is. Alright, here we go. Caught up in the chat. What do we have access to? So, we are looking for something that's going to hit very hard and probably do true damage. So Tesla's a great option. Hopefully you have that. Like, did you get Tesla when you threw event keys, Daniel? Because that's something to ask. Even if you miss your Ironhawk, did you get Tesla? Did you get Bork? You know, maybe you already had them, so that's why you didn't mention it. But just for other people out there. Daniel, did you get Tesla while you were doing those 2K? I'm guessing you did. Sana has 2 spots open in the Pirate Gang on PC Mobile, so if you need a guild on PC Mobile, it's a very good guild. You should join up. So Tesla would be a very good option, y'all. Tina is a pretty good option. You know why? Even though it hits 3, you got the boss killer to kill the 4th thing. You kill the boss killer, then cast Tina. You know what I mean? So we already know we're going to make a Tesla team. So I'm going to make that my mid. Because she's legendary. She's not mythic. So just to make 3 different teams, I'm going to go ahead and do a Tina team, I think. For our high level. I'm going to use Bork for every freaking team, probably. Bork is an amazing mana generator. One of the best in the game. You know, you got Thrall, you got Leprechaun, you got Harpy Mage, you got Bork, you got Marilith. It's in that class. It's in the top, like, S tier. Bork is S tier mana generator. So we want Bork on our team. I think on every single team here. So Bork, Tina, this will be our high level. I'm probably going to use the mid level, but I'm just making 3 teams, so just bear with me here. We do have to use ADANA weapons. We do have to use ADANA weapons. So I'm probably going to look for... I was hoping I could use the ruby weapon with Tina, but I guess not. We got Bork. We got Tina. We're going to have to use the tower killer. Let's get that. Let's go upgradable. It's a good way to find it. If you have everything upgraded. Let's go ahead and upgrade these two. Got Watts. Got Watts. We got Lock. Let's make sure. Okay, I'm probably gonna be redundant here. See how far we get them with this. I could use Tesla and Tina. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Well, then I can't use Bork. Alright. Need to fully ascend it, so I'm gonna orbit up. And then we'll go back over here and do this again. So now it's fully fullied. We have to use this. Just need a weapon. So these two will kill the enemies, and then we'll just have 2 mana generators, I guess. Got this book. We could do this one because we're gonna make our hero mechanist so we can 50% start Bork. So this would not be such a bad idea to use drill shooter. Could do that. I think it has an instant kill on it. Did you know that? That's why it's like a little bit better than a lot of the tools for your tool belts. It has a 20% chance of lethal to first enemy. It's one of the cooler like tool for your tool belt weapons. So we could use drill shooter. We could use mecha axe, but it's the exact same as Bork, so I'm probably not going to do that. We could use rune gauge, but it's exactly the same as lock. Which doesn't matter too much. Could use the engineer's drill. That'd be the other one I might consider. So if you need a summon, use engineer's drill. If you don't need a summon, use drill shooter, I think. I'll go drill shooter. And let's put lock on the bottom. Even though we're blocking him, well, we do need to get him up to kill the boss. Bork's definitely in first slot. Tina. Tina. This will probably work fine for now. This is our high level. I'm gonna do a Tesla team next. Let's see. We got 2 brown, we got 2 green, we got 2 red, we got 2 blue. So we'll think about our mana generators mostly here. Brown, green maybe. We're missing purple. Of course, we don't have that. That's crazy. With how many banners we got, there's still a bunch of combinations that aren't in the game. Okay, we got yellow, brown, green, red, blue. We got everything but purple. So let's try this. Could do brown, blue. That'll work. Or you could go all in on your Bork, which is going to get everything up on the team, you know? I think that Bork is just going to get up everything, so it doesn't really matter than a blocking lock on the bottom. Especially for these early fights, we're not going to need lock anyway, so you might move around later. Alright, mechanist. Course. Just make sure it's set up right. See, all mech allies start with 50% mana, so that's going to be our whole team pretty much, right? Got serendipity. We might be using a missile, I'm not sure. Barrier. Sure. 3 magic. Sure. Gain 1 magic, sure. Could do dispel, yeah, sure. And our whole team's mech, so that's the only good one for the last one. Alright, let's start with this. We'll make our Tesla team next. Tesla's the same colors as the boss killer, but Tesla can take care of everything all by itself, doesn't really need the boss killer anyway. Make sure this is... Okay, ADANA. Everything's from ADANA, right? Yep. It's the only time I like using those weapons. Except for Norbert's Turnip. Norbert's Turnip is the other awesome tool for your tool belt type of weapon. When I say tool for your tool belt, I mean it does 2 colors, it does damage, and then it does it for a typing or a kingdom. That's the tool for your tool belt weapons. And Norbert's Turnip and Drill Shooter are 2 of the best ones of those. Especially Norbert's Turnip because it has an extra turn. And you don't have to make yourself from that kingdom. Tina takes care of the rest. We got like Drill Shooter and the raid boss killer to take out one enemy, and then Tina can take out everything else. Do a few fights with this, and then we'll make our Tesla team. What do we need? Tina is, to me, kind of like Web Spinner, where it's really awesome, but I don't get to use it very often. We'll do these last 2 fights of this little section. Alright, here comes Bork. I bet Bork gets everything up on the team. Let's see. Yep. Then if you have 3 or less, just cast Tina. Alright, one more fight with this. I can already tell you that the mid team is going to be Bork, Tesla, the raid boss, troop, maybe even the same weapon. I don't know. Just going to take off Tina and put on Tesla, pretty much. Just do this. Extra turn. Alright, so high level team, if you just for some reason don't like Tesla, I guess. If you want to use Tina, Tina is cool. My Underspire last week, I forced myself to use Web Spinner because I never get to use it, and it's awesome. This would be that kind of situation. You just want to use Tina. I think Tesla's going to be better. Alright, let's just put on Tesla pretty much, I think. I'll look over the team, but...
Time to talk. I'm busy here.
It's the same color as this dude, but it's fine. This makes red for Tesla. Bork is going to get up Tesla anyway. Yeah, I kind of like it like this. You could use the engineer's drill if you want. It's cool that this makes red, though, for Tesla. And it has the instant kill, and it's also making yellow for Bork. It'll make hopefully enough red to get both of these up. Bork's going to get everything up anyway, and then this thing, bunch of red. Should be fine. You want to change anything about it? We're doing brown, blue, minus purple. That's probably still fine. It's the exact same team, except for we took off Tina and put on Tesla. And we, like, moved Tesla down a slot or something. But this is the one I'll probably use. Mid-level team. Boss can submerge? Okay. Well, I got Dispel. I got Banishment. So that'll help. And hey, if that worries you a lot, well, you know what you do is you kill the boss with the boss killer, and then you kill the other 3 with the Tina. So that's still fine. And then Tesla's fine too, because you can kill the boss with the boss killer, then kill the rest with Tesla. Bork gets everybody up. Cast Tesla and win. Put on your guard medals if you have them. But you should, I guess. It's the easiest one to get. Alright, let's do like 4 fights or so. Got the drill shooter. Let's shoot it. Somehow didn't get an extra turn, but got a Bork and Tina. Or Tesla, sorry. It's like, she kind of looks like her name should be Tina. And Tina's looks like its name should be Tesla, kind of. But I like that it's the other way around. Yeah, that boss is awful smart to be submerging. It knows that we're bringing Tesla to the party. Everybody's bringing Tesla to the party, to the fight. Bringing a gun to a knife fight. Bringing a machine gun to a knife fight. I think Bork here is just so awesome. A lot of the time you're just going to be casting Bork, casting Tesla, casting Bork, casting Tesla, casting Bork, casting Tesla. That's going to be a lot of your raid event. Tesla should be able to just take everything out for quite a while. Got the drill shooter though, which is the reason I got that too. Somehow it's not getting an extra turn. You'd think it would. It does a lot of the time. Keep checking if all my troops are from ADANA. They are, right? Alright, let's do this last fight. And then we'll make a low-level team. Means no mythic, no legendary. Not sure what we're gonna do for that. But I like to help as many people as I can. Let's just Bork it. Bork it in the B. Alright, here's the boss now. So this is what I'd recommend for most people. If you want to do engine, the other weapon, it's the same colors, so you just like swap it out. But Mechanist, I feel like, is the way to go because you 50% start your whole team, pretty much, right? At least your Bork, which is going to get up the whole team. Drill Shooter, chance for the instant kill, red and yellow. Bork is yellow, Tesla's red, Boss Troop is red. And then Tesla is just amazing for everything. It's almost as good as Cursanther X. And then you have to use the raid boss killer to get extra points. Alright, let's try to make a low level team. Is there anything that can do damage for low level? This thing does damage to all enemies. He is a legendary though, so we can't use him. Take that off. So here's another boss killer, but you don't want to use him because you already have one. And you only need one. Unless you're like extremely weak, I guess. We could try. I like Pantha sometimes. I think I'm just gonna go like Bombot maybe. And then we'll switch to the Engineer's Drill and then we could do a summon. That sounds like fun. We just do Bombot. And we take this off. And we put on this. Now we can summon a different mech. Which could be Tina or whatever. Could be fun. We put Bombot in first slot. Something like that for low level players. Like this could even one-shot for me, the Bombot. Let's make sure our banner is cool still. We got brown, blue, minus purple. Still looks good. So all we did was, instead of Tesla, we're using Bombot. And instead of Drill Shooter, we're using Engineer's Drill. Because our Bombot's going to get rid of itself to do the damage. And then we'll have a slot open and we can summon something in. Which could be fun. Let's see how it goes. You hear that rampage? Flame cannon? Maybe. It is red and yellow, and you could use it with the drill shooter, and it makes red and yellow. I'm just gonna do Bork here. See, my Bombot's just gonna kill everything right now, but maybe, let's say yours doesn't, and then you get to summon something else in, you kill the boss with the boss killer, and go from there. I'm gonna put on my guard medals, just to make sure, That's it's based on your armor, right? Most, like, Tesla is, and Bombot is. Should probably share my team with the guild. I just hope that they would watch the stream, like, support me. But I did share my Guild Wars team with the guild, and a bunch of people used it and went undefeated, I think. Should just be doing that, probably. Got this. Got this. They're all dead. Alright, let's do like 2 more fights, and then that'll be it for the raid event. I think if you have everything in the game, you should probably use Tesla. And if you're mid-level, you probably have Tesla. So I think most people should be using Tesla. If you're somehow missing Tesla and Tina, try Bombot with Engineer's Drill with Bork, with the raid troop. Bombot got a little stronger. Didn't they give it a buff like a while ago? Alright, one more. Bombot's actually viable sometimes. So all 3 teams are good. I like them all. Whatever one you want to do. I just think Tesla's probably the strongest out of the 3. This one uses no mythics and no legendaries. You used event keys this week. I hope you at least got Bork. Bork is great. 50% start it with Mechanist, and then it only needs 6 mana, and then it gets up your whole team pretty much, unless you're a very, very early beginner. Like Thrall and Bork and whatnot get better as you level up. And then one day you're going to use them for everything. Even when you're low level, though, they still do pretty good. You're not going to see the whole freaking board explode like on my screen, but that's only if you're super low level. Then it'd only explode like half the board, maybe. Alright, so that's raids. Good event, easy event. Should be able to get it done pretty quickly. Let's do the weekly preview. Elementary, new epic troop Watts 1927. Get this troop with glory from the Ward's tab of the shop. Raid boss, help your guild close the portals this week. Use troops from a Kingdom ADANA in daily battles to defeat the raid boss. Just did that, 3 teams, high, mid, and low. Tome of the Cursed God, the campaign has started. We got 48 days left. Week of ADANA, all Danian troops gain 10% to skills. Week of mechs, all mechs gain 10% to their skills. Bonus trait stones, use Watts 1927 in PvP to get a bonus trait stone. Alright, let's do the Soul Forge. I like to do that first. The only people that won't have the exact same Soul Forge are probably Nintendo Switch. Everybody else should have exactly the same Soul Forge as me. We'll rank these mythics no matter what's here. I'll tell you what's the best one, what's the worst one. I'll put them in order. Same thing with the legendaries. And then I'll let you know which weapons are worth crafting. What's the dragon, first of all? Got Ruby Wrath. It's a good one. It is for, it is just for Diamantina, though. Hopefully you're working on Stellaryx or Chrysantherax, but if this is the last one you need for Diamantina, go ahead and craft it and make Diamantina. Diamantina is still very good. The only reason people don't use Diamantina is because of Stellaryx and Chrysantherax. Diamantina is still amazing. So if you have none of the dragons and you have a chance to get Diamantina, you should do it. Use it until you get the other ones. That's the dragon for 2000 Dragonite. Only do it if it's the last one you need, pretty much. It's 2000 instead of like 500 to open an egg, but doing 500 to open an egg, you're going to get a random one. So you're trying to get 5 out of the 6. And then take the randomness out of it by waiting for the 6th one and crafting it like this for 2000. Instead of opening 4 eggs and getting duplicates. It's smarter, it's better, it's just got to have a little bit of patience. Alright, the mythics. What do we got? Wolf Garrick. Megavore. Kalika. And Grimborn Bloodeye. I think Kalika might be the worst one. He's okay, though. None of them are bad. We'll start there. None of them are bad. My favorite one, the best one, is probably Megavore. It was in conversation for our top 20, but I think it either like barely made it or it was in the honorable mentions. So it's not a top 10 or anything. It's really good if you put it on the bottom of your team. And you do like a loopy team, like a Sycorax or something, because it has an 8% chance to kill the last enemy in 4 or 5 gym matches. If you're doing a bunch of 4 or 5 gym matches, you'll get that instant kill eventually. And it has a good spell too. Eliminate all armor from all enemies. So boom, every bit of armor's gone from the entire enemy team. And then you do true damage pretty much and submerge yourself. It has enough cool stuff on it to be a really good mythic. Impervious, Death Below, good spell. Get 50% started on Merfolk. Not a giant mana cost. It's not like 30 mana cost. It's only 24. So pretty close, borderline top 20. Depending on how you do it, obviously. But Megavore's my favorite this week. 24, blue, red, brown, Blackhawk, Merfolk, monster. Eliminate all armor from all enemies. Deal damage to an enemy. Submerge myself. That 8% chance to kill the last enemy in 4 or 5 gym match. And impervious. I like it. What would be number 2? We got Wolf Garrick. It's kind of an instant kill. And we also have Grimborn Bloodeye, which is kind of an instant kill. Boosted by frozen and bleeding enemies. It's kind of tough to get it super high. I would go with Wolf. I think Wolf Garrick has a easier way of getting its instant kill. So I'm gonna say Wolf Garrick is slightly better than Grimborn Bloodeye, but it's nowhere near top 20 or it's probably not top 30, but it's good. It's like a B tier mythic. 22 green, red, purple, Magrim Woods, Wargear Beast. Deal damage to an enemy, boosted by Wargear allies. If the enemy dies, devour a random enemy. Impervious. So you set this up with something else, and then you kill an enemy, and then you get a devour too. So you get 2 kills for the price of 1, pretty much. So I'd say it's slightly better than Grimborn Bloodeye. Grimborn Bloodeye only gets 1 kill, and has less of a chance, and it's not as easy to set up. So 24, blue, red, brown, Stormheim, Elemental Giant. Deal damage to an enemy. There's a 20% chance to kill them, boosted by frozen and bleeding enemies. It does freeze and bleed the enemies on a 4 or 5 gem match, when matching 4 or more gems. So it does the thing. It's just hard to... There's only 4 enemies. The best you can do is freeze and bleed 4 enemies. I don't know what that boost ratio would be, but it'd probably be pretty solid if you get every single enemy frozen and bled. But you might, sometimes enemies can't be frozen, sometimes they can't be bled, sometimes you'll hit the same enemy twice. You know what I mean? So it's not as consistent, reliable, with a good setup like Wolf Garrick. So I'm gonna say it's 3rd. And Kalika's kind of just like a damage dealer, that's it. It's like a C tier mythic, nothing special. 24 blue, green, red, Nexus, Elemental Mystic. Deal damage to 4 random enemies, boosted by Elemental Stars. 50% chance to create an Elemental Star at the start of my turn. 25% spell reduction. So it's decent. It's better than Mamba Sierra or something. Maybe it's a C+. It's the Elemental Star. We like those. It's only a 50% chance though. Boosted by Elemental Stars. It hits 4 enemies at least. But it's physical damage, you know. It's probably not gonna kill anything. Unless you're using it in World Event with the World Event medal or something like that. So it's a C tier mythic. Not bad, not good. So that's what I would say. Megavore's the best. Wolf Garrick's 2nd best. Grimborn Bloodeye 3rd best. Kalika's the worst this week. I don't care that you like that she's showing off her navel. I don't care. I don't care that she has 4 arms. I don't care it's your favorite troop art. She's still the worst. Legendaries. We got King Averlorn. Got Ghost Queen. Some good legendaries. He's got Void Collar, kind of underrated, right? And Beltane. So, to put legendaries in order, remember you don't really craft legendaries in the Soul Forge. You kind of just wait till you get them with keys or something. They're easier to get with glory keys and gem keys and guild seals and whatnot. You don't want to waste your diamonds crafting a legendary when you can save up for an awesome mythic. But, you know, these two, I think Ghost Queen's probably the best out of this group. 16 green, brown, Galvania, Undead, steal 7 mana from an enemy, then steal 51 life, boosted by purple gems. But the most important thing is all Undead allies start with 50% mana. So that means like the Grey King, that means like Ossifer, that means like Draculus, Crimson Bat, like lots of good Undead stuff that you want a 50% start that does true damage. She's pretty awesome. You're going to use her quite a bit when you're making Undead teams. And then she's not like horrible all by herself. Like her spell's still okay. She can finish something off, steal its mana. King Ivorlorn would be next. 16 blue, green, Forest of Thorns, elf. Deal damage to all enemies, boosted by elf, elemental, and beast allies. Summon a Forest of Thorns troop. So damage to all enemies with a summon, and a 50% start for elves. There are good elves as well, but I think there's slightly more good undead. So Ghost Queen gets the nod. What was the last two? Void Caller and Beltane. I'm gonna say Void Caller. 16 red, brown, Valpakia, Demon, Wargare. Choose one, destroy all purple gems and deal damage to the first 2 enemies, or create 12 purple gems and deal 56 damage to the last 2 enemies. Convert a purple gems to a lycanthropy gem when my turn begins. 25% of scald damage, reflect. And start battles with 25% mana. So solid legendary. Beltane is cool. Like, he's alright, but if he was empowered, I would love this troop. But since you have to, like, get him up, get him going, and then you can do this, it's kind of annoying, and it's kind of slow. But it's not bad. 16 green, brown, Pan's Veil, Wildfolk. Convert blue gems to green and purple gems to yellow. Give 1 to 3 random status effects to all allies. It's like kind of like a Luna, like a, I don't know, Magnus, like in that, not, like still okay, but not, usually there's something better type of stuff. I like the idea if they would have made them slightly better with some other trait maybe. So that's the troops. Megavore would be the one you would want to craft out of all of that. And I like the Ghost Queen as the legendary. Tools for your tool belt here. 50% starts. These are useful. Anita's back. Alright, we got weapons. Okay, Tesla's wrench you're going to get in the raid event. You don't want to get it here. These are always here. Gear Slinger. Gear Pooper. Poop Slinger. It's Poop Slinger. Got Poop Hammer. Rune Gauge is good. It's an explodey. You like those? If you're going to pick any weapon, you're just going to do one. If you're going to get a weapon, don't get them all now. You're going to run out of jewels. And you won't have jewels for other things. But if you're going to pick one that you don't have and craft it, this would be a decent choice. It's an explodey. Explode yellow gems. Grant a random status effect to all ADANA allies. Then summon an ADANA troop. Shock Hammer. Shock Pooper. These are always here. Engineer's Drill is another good one. And we used it on one of our teams. So it'd be another good one to craft if you don't have it. Explodey. Explode 47 brown gems. Grant a random status effect to all mech allies and summon a mech troop. Pistol of Poop. This one's actually decent. It's a tool for your tool belt. We used it on a couple of our teams, right? It has an instant kill, 20% instant kill chance. Deals damage to an enemy, boosted by ADANA allies. Then create a mix of red and yellow for each ADANA ally. And actually being an ADANA ally is a good thing because it's Mechanist. It's 50% start. 50% start for mechs. Sometimes these are like, oh man, I have to be that freaking kingdom or I have to be that class. That sucks. But this is actually a good one. So it's up there. It's a higher tier of this type of weapon. Mecha Axe is not as high of a tier. It's the same type of weapon, but it does not have an instant kill, and you know. But damage to an enemy boosted by mech allies and create a mix of 6 blue and red and blue gems for each mech ally. Still decent tool for your tool belt. We got the Doomed Opus. Read it on the toilet that one day against that one team. You know what I mean? Like, we don't use these anymore. Man. Back in the day. Remember? It's okay, though. Remember that Guild Wars team I made, like, a week before Guild Wars, and then it just stomped all over Guild Wars? It was cool. Alright, we got Fire Poop. And, yeah. So if you were going to craft anything in here, I would do the Explodies. The Explodies. The Rune Gauge. The Engineer's Drill. And if you already have those, do the Drill Shooter. If you already have all of that, do the other tool for your dual belt one. I think it's worth getting at least one weapon that you don't have, because it's not very expensive. It's 300 diamonds, so... But Mecha Axe would be the next thing. Doomed Opus is alright. If you want to get this 900, though, we don't use them that often anymore. When we did use them, people overhyped them. Even though you only use it one time for that 1 week, against that one color, against that one guy. But, you know, people overhype these. But if you don't have it, you should probably... It's still something to get. Okay, so that's that. What is there? Are any of these weapons for, like, crafting? You guys are probably saying in the chat, but Rune Gauge sounds familiar. Like it's for something. Is it for something? What's that gun right there? Always forget. Rune Gauge. Is that the same thing? Dread Cutlass. No, that's Dread Arquebus. Never mind. I remember now. So it's not. Never mind. Just making sure. Yeah, it's not for anything, is it? Okay. That's the Soul Forge. What is this? Purchase the dismiss. Alright, what are y'all saying? Anita with the gifted, thank you so much. Went to Tim D. Moore. Alright, we're getting there today. Getting there. We're out there. Hood popped. Suspenders on Chad. You know, cooking up. Sword of shining. Cape of flowing. Checking the oil. Wiping it with our sock. Putting it back in. Checking the levels. Putting our sock back on. Shaking the whole train. Chad's so buff that he just shakes the whole train to see if there's coolant in it. Putting on the fart can. Welding it on. You know what I mean? Revving it up. Annoying the neighbors at 5 a.m. Because it's a piece of junk. It's a piece of crap. We have to rev it up in our parking spot at 5 a.m. So it starts. It's because it's a real piece of junk. We're getting there today. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Alright, let's see what else y'all said. Crow says he would join, but he's not really active. Panda says, should I jump back on? You're missing the pirate crew? Do they want you back because you're crazy? Of course! Doomed Opus weapon, yeah. Beg for Mercy's here. Sana says I'm using Clockwork Sphinx with Tesla. That's a good idea. I like that too. I just love Bork so much that I can't not use it. 50% start it, like put it on the top of the team. It gets up so fast and then it gets the whole team up. But if you need to boost your Tesla at all, there you go. Clockwork Sphinx for sure. If you don't have enough damage for Tesla to one-shot, you could use Clockwork Sphinx, boost it, and it's a good mana generator, and then you wipe them all out. That's a great idea for people that aren't, like, maybe their Tesla's just short on wiping everything out. Clockwork Sphinx would be a good idea, yep. Yeah, boss can submerge, but we got banishment, so we're going to get rid of that. And hopefully it doesn't submerge. Like, we kill it so fast it doesn't submerge. Even if it does submerge, we use our raid boss killer on it, which submerge doesn't matter for that, so it doesn't really matter. Even though, like, it's a good thought. Okay, the raid boss submerges, we're using Tesla. Tesla does AoE damage. It's going to duck under the AoE damage and still be alive. But that doesn't really matter because we have a raid boss killer that can then take care of the boss. So no big deal. Submerge was a big deal like 1 week, and now everybody freaks out about it. Submerge is more for defense, like on Guild Wars when you're doing your offensive team, you want Submerge so Chrysanthrax doesn't kill you. Like, that's the main... You know, you do think about it, and you make sure you're not using an AoE team and the whole other team submerging the whole time, but you can, like, curse that away. You can use troops that actually hit 4 random enemies or something instead of troops that do AoE, and you can get around Submerge in a lot of ways. It is annoying sometimes, though. It's kind of like Barrier. Submerge is more like Barrier than, like, something crazy. Like, if the enemy has Barrier, yeah, it's annoying, but you can deal with it. It's kind of the similar with Submerge. It's a good thing to think about, but it's not worth panicking over either. Jet said Flame Cannon, that'd be good for low-level players. Chad's going back to work. After shaking that train, you gotta work now? Man, you're gonna be tuckered out. Anita says, I'm back and ready for typos since I have my finger bandaged. Uh-oh. What'd you do, cut it? You're chopping vegetables? Yoke the Ham, good morning. Zig the Kid says, hey there, Cynical, I really enjoyed your video talking about Karm. Yeah, they're back, baby. I like to spank THJ a little bit. It's like rage bait. I don't really... It's not my game, you know what I mean? So... And I just like watching everybody go play it. Like, it was kind of annoying. But, you know... I'm not really like... I don't think everybody over there is like despicable or something. I just like to give them a wet willy. A little bit of drama, a little bit of rage bait. It always gets more views. Kind of sucks. That's what you got to do these days. But we got Lion or Sulian. Hello. You have to tell me how to say that. Anita says, caught my finger and took the temp. Oh no. Anita chopped her whole finger off. Dang it. Alright, let's go check out everything else now. Did I already do this? Yes. Alright, let's go to the shop. Get your Spoils of War. Watts, 1927. You should get that too. You can fully ascend it. I used to like save my glory, only get 1 copy, and then just I knew I would get more copies of it later. Like, I always played the long game. I don't like running my resources down to 0. I like to use, like, I get Watts, I get 1 copy here, right? Because he sucks anyway. You're never going to use him. Who cares? 400 glory, get 1 copy, just so you have it. And then, in the long haul, you're going to get more copies as you open chests. You're going to get them fully ascended that way, right? But if you're a high-level player, why not go ahead and fully ascend it right now? Because it's only so much glory. But if you're a low-level player, you don't want to just fully ascend it immediately, especially this troop that's not that great. Unless you need the Arcane Mountain trait stones, which are yellow and brown. It's a great time to be buying those. You know, you'll go through every color Arcane trait stone if you just look at the shop every week and get the... You look at this every week, eventually you're going to see every trait stone, every Arcane trait stone. So if you're looking for one, save up your glory and get it here instead of, like, wasting your time farming and explore. So you can get yellow-brown. So any, like, legendary that's yellow-brown, like Wrath, for example, with this cool Cataclysm, 3rd trait. You can think of any, like, mythic or legendary or epic that needs this trait stone. Buy them up until you get it fully traded, you know? You can buy as many as you want right now, just for glory. It's not even gems, it's not gold, it's not diamonds, it's just glory. You should have lots of glory. You shouldn't be wasting it. Use glory can change into any other resource pretty much. It's like the most versatile resource you have. Turn it into gold and gems and trait stones and all kinds of stuff. Troops. Alright, so that was the shop. Let's look at the event key drop table, which is the best one in the game. We did a video a long time ago looking at the best kingdoms to use event keys on, most specifically. And this one was number 1. ADANA was number 1 when we did that video years ago. So ADANA is the event key drop. That means you can only get ADANA troops with event keys. You know, gem keys, glory keys, guild keys, everything's in there, right? Unless it's a new mythic week. But event keys are just the troops from the kingdom of the week. So the troops you're going to get are ADANA troops from event keys. You save them up so you can target specific troops from specific kingdoms. Like if you want Ironhawk, for example, you would save up, save up, save up, save up, save up, never open a single event key and just wait for ADANA. And that's how you would get Ironhawk. That or save up diamonds until you see it in the Soul Forge. But you want to do both. You don't want to, like, if you have two different ways to do that, why would you only do one or the other? Like, do both, and then you have a better chance. So we'll go base rarity, Adana, show all. Alright, so you can't get Immortal Titanus, of course, that's from PvP, that's an immortal. But here is the best resource farmer in the game. Bar none. Nothing's better, nothing's faster, especially if you have 2 or 3. Even if you can only get 1, get it. Invest in your future. And this thing will help you get everything else. That's why it's the best, that's why it's awesome. It's better, I think it's better than getting, like, Chrysantherax. It's better than getting, like, Tesla, like... This can get you Tesla. This can get you Chrysantherax. Like, Chrysantherax can't get you Ironhawk. Tesla can't get you Ironhawk. But Ironhawk can get you Tesla. Ironhawk can get you Chrysantherax. Ironhawk can get you more of everything in the game. So that's why it's awesome. Helps you get everything else faster. No other mythic is going to help you get everything else faster like Ironhawk will. So you want 3 of them ideally. But once you get 2, you can start doing the thing. Starts going fast, getting lots of loot once you get 2 of them. But remember, if you can only get 1, still do it. That's not an excuse not to do it. Definitely do it. Invest in your future. That's 1 down, 1 to go, or 1 down, 2 to go. Just do it. Ironhawk's amazing. I love it. It's awesome. Ratchet's a newer mythic that wasn't great. So now he's just kind of farting up the Adana drop table here. You might get him instead of Ironhawk and curse and rip your pants off. Sparkinator's another crappy one, pooping up the drop table here. It's horrible. Tina's an awesome one, though, so you have a 50-50 chance of getting a really good mythic. I think we made this a top 20, right? You can 50% start it, it does true damage, it hits really hard, it's going to kill something, it gains armor, it has 50% spell reduction, like it's... We're not saying it's top 5, but somewhere in the top 20. It's good. So 2 really good mythics and 1 that you need like 3 of, or at least 2 of. And then Tina, you could, like, getting 2 of these wouldn't be bad either, but get at least 1. And then you got Tesla, who's amazing. If you don't have Chrysantherax, you're using Tesla probably. If you don't have Chrysantherax, you don't have Stellarix. The next best thing is probably Tesla. And she's just a hair, like, they're just a hair better, for real. She's awesome. It's not a big deal. If you don't have Chrysantherax or Stellarix, you know what? It's not a big deal, because you probably have Tesla. You can boost her up with armor. She does true damage to all enemies. You can get 2 of her, do 2 of her on a team if you want. You can have, like, mana-generating weapon, Tesla, Holy Saint Astra, or something like that. It's really nice. Really, really good. It's just a legendary, so it's not that hard to get with event keys. Lion, okay. Better universal alternate source, yeah. You're a new player? Hey, I try to help new players all the time, man. Man or woman, whatever. Yeah, I try, man. I think I'm the best at helping beginners because I actually go back and start over, you know? I don't just remember what I did 5 years ago because the game changes so much. Like, you can't remember what you did. First of all, it's hard to remember what you did 5 years ago anyway. But even if you do remember exactly what you did 5 years ago, the game has changed so much that it doesn't matter if you remember what you did 5 years ago. So the only way you can really help beginners is to start all the way over, do a new account playthrough, and I've done that like 3 times. I need to do another one, though, because it's been like over a year now. But Tesla's awesome. Bork is awesome. Bork is up there with Leprechaun and Thrall and Harpy Mage and Marilith and stuff like that. It's one of the best mana generators in the game. And it's just epic, so you're going to get it if you throw event keys. Then you got stuff like Pantha and it's the best kingdom in the game to throw event keys at. I would save all your event keys and never ever use a single one. That's the rundown pretty much. Best in the game. Ironhawk, Ironhawk, Ironhawk. Tina, Tina. Tesla, Tesla. Bork. And then you got Clockwork Sphinx, Bombot, all kinds of good stuff here, especially Ironhawk and Tesla. Even if you miss, you still get Tesla and Bork, which is awesome. That's why it's the best kingdom in the game to throw event keys at. Alright, so that was event key drop table. What's next? What else is going on this week, y'all? Let me get the calendar, because it's way easier that way. I don't have to hem and haw and try to remember. It's probably on the next page, right? There it is. Alright, so this week, everything else that's going on, we have raid event, of course. I did 3 teams, high, mid, and low. It's an ADANA week, ADANA Underspire, ADANA Epic Trials, ADANA Event Key Drop Table, ADANA Weapons of the Soul Forge. We got Stinkertown tomorrow. It's not stinky, I just like saying that, so, you know. Tuesday faction event is Tinkertown. Please do it. Wednesday, we have Tina's Toy, I think it's called. So it's the pet for Tina that gives Tina extra stats, so you want it. That way, anytime you use Tina, it'll have a little bit of extra stats if you get that pet fully ascended. We got Mechanist on Thursday. Really good class, especially when you want a 50% start mechs like Bork and Tina. And this weekend we have a faction expansion, and we have the Chatathon on Saturday. Faction expansion this weekend, Chatathon on Saturday, because it's the last weekend of the month, and that's what we do. So the expansion is Obsidian Depths. Obsidian Depths, like I was saying last time when we did the spoilers, the diet spoilers on Saturday. It's one of the last ones we need for the 5th troop and the deep delve, and I wonder what they're going to do when they're all the way done with all that, because we're very close to being all the way done. So it's going to be exciting what they do next. Hopefully something cool. So that's what's going on this week. Raids, ADANA, Tinkertown, Tina's Toy, Mechanist, and then Obsidian Depths faction expansion this weekend. And Chatathon this Saturday morning. Alright, what else? We got Underspire. Gonna make teams for this. Should be pretty easy because it's an ADANA week. Base rarity. Alright, this is what we have access to. It's gonna be the same as raid. What you do is you take your raid team, you copy paste it over, but you don't have to use the raid troops. You can add something else to your team. So, we want Bork. For sure. We want our hero with Mechanist. Probably. Do Drill Shooter again, maybe. Yeah, I might do Drill. We'll see. Probably, though. Class is going to be Mechanist. That's a good start to a team. And Tesla. For our high-level team, I'll just probably do Tina, Tesla. For our mid, it's probably just going to be Tesla. Let's order... Oh, Tina's being blocked, for real, but, I think maybe I'll just make one team. Let's do double Tesla. Could use that other weapon. It does, but this does yellow, which gets up Bork. Bork can get up everything else, so this should be fine. I think I'm gonna go with this for my Underspire. And we got Mechanist on. Okay, banner. We got lots of blue. And we need either yellow or brown. Probably this one again. Kraken banner all week. Put on your guard medals. This will be good. You can use the explodey weapon if you want. If you start losing Bork or something. We win. Could 50% start Tina. It's getting blocked by I don't know. We could make a team with Tina on it, but I think I'm just gonna do this. Let's do a few fights just to get the feel of it. Could even put the hero in first slot since... Could even put the hero in first slot. It's not blocking Bork at all. Might do that. That's how it's supposed to go, right there. Yeah, I might do that. I think the hero is more beefy than Bork is. If you're using the summoning weapon, though, keep your hero in second slot, so you can summon if somebody dies. Let's just do Bork. Remember, Underspire is always a little bit slower than the guild event because you have no potions, so there's no explode or enchant going on to get stuff up all by yourself. You might want to do an Anu. Would help Tesla, especially in these early fights. So 2 guards and 1 Anu. We got Drill Shooter, Bork, Tesla. Mechanist, double brown, blue, minus purple. This will show the true team here. That Anu on. First turn, kills. Alright, one more. And then that's pretty much it, y'all. Maybe we look at the campaign real quick. Maybe we look at the epic trials real quick, though. We could do that. Got Bork. Got Tesla. I have completed my entire Underspire, like, at least, like, 15 weeks in a row now, so. And I very rarely will tweak my team, so stay tuned. Oops, I did another fight. Oh well. If anybody has any questions, now would be a good time. I'm still opening vault keys. We got vault event is not this weekend, but it's the weekend. It's the next weekend. So if you still have like hundreds or thousands of vault keys, you still have some time. But I would start, like, get going. Open at least 50 a day or something if you have hundreds or thousands. It's like cashing those checks, man. You don't want to have paychecks just sitting there. Why not put them in the bank and get some interest? Or why not use the money to make more money? Or why not... why do we have paychecks just sitting there not cashed? Vault keys just sitting there, unopened. Gaps sitting there, unused. These are like paychecks that you don't cash. It's way smarter to cash them, and then, you have the money, you're making interest on the money, or you're using the money to make more money. Instead of just, like, paper that's worth a certain amount of money, and that's all it's ever going to be worth. It's never going to be worth any more. Like, the paycheck's never going to get interest, or be worth more than it says on the paycheck. So you need to open those vault keys and use those gaps. I mean, use the gaps during the vault event. I don't want anybody like using them when it's not a vault event, but you know what I mean. Vault keys you open when it's not the vault event, and gaps you only use when it is the vault event. They're pretty much opposites. But the vault event is not this weekend, but next weekend. That's why I'm talking about that. And I've been opening my vault keys, so. Been doing 25 a day, because I started like a while ago, and I knew that would be enough. Just something else I'm doing here. Got 150. We have plenty of time still, and I've been doing 25 a day, so I only got 6 more days, and I'll have them all open. And that's I could even slow down to like 20 a day probably. Okay, so let's look at the campaign. Let's look at the chat. Yeah, I feel like I'm the best channel for beginners, and I'm free to play as well. So, like, I feel like I hit the most people. Like, if you come to my stream, you're gonna get what you need. You're not just gonna see high-level stuff all the time, and me playing my account and just doing what I need to do all the time. Like, I try to make teams for you. I try to help you guys. I'm not just playing. I'm not just doing adventure board and dungeon and doing the stuff I need to do. And then I think I'm the best at helping beginners, and me being free to play helps the most people, because it helps people that are free to play, and it helps people that are VIP whatever. You can be VIP a million, and still everything I say will help you, and then you'll just speed up everything by, you know, spending a little bit of money. But the other way around, like I always say, if you're watching somebody that's VIP 20 and you're free to play, you can't be like, it's not exactly the same. They get free stuff every day, and free wins sometimes, and they get exactly the same. Like, they get Ruby Weapon months and months and months before everybody else, and which is good and smart, but not everybody does that. Oh, yeah. All these are done. I got all of them done so quick. But this one now is what you do. This is the one you do weekly, like, this is the one we're going to be doing this week. So for me, I'm getting like some shards. Let's see, where does it start at? It starts at the book thing, right? So for me, I'm getting like trade stones, shards, event keys, and that's it. But everybody else is going to get this. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by cursed gems. If they are poisoned, deal double damage, then poison them. And you'll get this, the pet. Which I recommend buying the campaign pass, because you're going to do it anyway, and you can get all this other cool stuff too. Death Knight armor you should get as soon as possible. As soon as possible, like level 25 or level 50 or something. The sooner you get Death Knight armor, the more value you're going to get from it. And then, that's another thing with me being free to play, is my level is lower than other streamers because they all have Death Knight armor and I don't. But yeah, this is what we're getting. What's the stat? We're getting armor, so that's good. Armor will help us this week with Tesla and Bombot, so that's good. You get the stat of the Kingdom of the Week. So Adana is in Armor Kingdom, so we're getting armor because the campaign is going through Adana. Last thing here. Epic Trials. We'll just look at it. I don't know if I'm gonna do the fights. I already have every Epic Trial all the way done. Every single pet fully ascended. It's a thing you can just get out of the way, get done forever. So it's nice to be done with it. Not have it hanging over your head or on your shoulders. Got Limpet Bot. Convert a gem into a bomb gem and either create 3 more bomb gems or explode all bomb gems. That one's kind of sucky. I hate that. It's kind of in first slot just to die, but it does have 25% skull reduction. I hate when it like converts a gem into a bomb gem and then creates 3 more bomb gems. Like, does nothing. Carnex, though, can create 5 skulls, then explode 10 skulls, gain 90 armor. It'll be there if you lose your Limpet Bot. Gaining armor the whole time. Good mana generator. Pantha for the instant kill. True damage to an enemy, there's a 10% chance to kill them, boosted by their armor. So you want to cast it quickly while they still have armor. Like, don't cast this on something that you already hit 50 times with skulls and now they have 0 armor. Try to choose the thing on the enemy's team with the most armor so you have the highest chance to instant kill it. And then the next time you cast it, you might choose something else that has higher, whatever has the most armor at the time when you're casting it. So you have the highest chance at instant killing. And Clockwork Sphinx, good mana generator, giving armor to the whole team. Yeah, mostly you're going to kill with Pantha, and you're gonna have Karnax as your mana generating tank. And then more, even more mana generation with this, and more armor. Should be okay. Enemy team, true damage, scatter damage. This could suck if he gives it to the first slot. Not like the easiest team we've ever seen, but nothing too scary. Shouldn't be too bad. Like the auto battle won. The AI beat itself. But yeah, I think that's about it for today, unless you guys have anything. It's your turn. You're a new player on Switch and just discovered your channel. Your guides and videos are such a big help to new players like me. Thanks a lot. Hey, I used to cover Switch, like, as soon as I stopped, though, all the Switch players disappeared. Except for you. But, I knew that was gonna happen. We're all on, like, the same... It's so strange, dude. Feels bad, man. You know what I mean? I was, like, the only one specifically helping Nintendo Switch players, as far as I know. And then as soon as, like, as soon as they, like, made everybody on the same page to where there's no difference, really, except for the Soulforge, now those people just disappear. They're probably watching other people now, you know what I mean? Like, all that time where I was the only one helping y'all out, and now you're gone. That's crazy. That's how it works, though, for a lot of the people. I definitely value loyalty, though. Panda says Tesla is with bonus because she is hot. Yeah. Crow says, I'm the best for beginners. I'm not too active, but I joined Patreon because I learned so much here. Priceless knowledge. Thank you, Crow. Should probably do more over there on Patreon. I'm sorry. I need to. That's the next... I need to do more. I don't know what to do, though. It's so... I don't know. I gotta look at other Patreons. I gotta look at, like, a channel I watch on YouTube and then see what they're doing on their Patreon and then just, like, try to do what they're doing. If I put a video up for members only, then I can't share it on Patreon, I don't think. Because the only way you can watch it... Unless I, like, unless I have, like, my... Unless I have, like, the video on my computer, or... Like, usually it just goes straight to YouTube, and then I put it out to the public or to members. And then it's, like... It's still on my PlayStation. It doesn't, like, transfer to my computer. Or else I could just put it on Patreon as well. I don't know. I need to think about it. It's just like I'm being a little bit lazy, probably. We had more people on Patreon, for sure. You know what I mean? So it sucks for you. Sana says, in the weekend I'm not home, so I probably can't be at the chatathon. It's all good. No problem. Anita's got you covered. Yeah. Adventure board? Yep. I would do that for sure. John Heflin's here. It's good to see you. Cash them in, yep. So Lion says, yes, the team building stuff with high, mid, low level variations do help. Like, high level teams are kind of my target troops. There you go. That's a smart way of looking at it. You see me make a high, mid, and low team, and you see, like, oh, he's using this on the high level team, so it must be the best option for this restriction, so it's something I should think about getting in the future. Very smart, So Lion. John says, I have one more task left. Kill enemy troops or cast spells. You'll get there for sure. We got plenty of time, you know? Starla says, do you have videos on teams for Underworld or PvP teams? Yeah, Underworld I have every single faction multiple times. If you do Sony Cool Gems of War and then the name of the faction, there should be at least 3 or 4 videos of me making 2 or 3 teams on each one. So... probably like 12 different teams. And I do Pure Faction live on Tuesdays. And we've gone through probably every faction with that. So, Pure Faction's there. Deathless is there. Multiple teams for each faction is there. And then on my new account playthrough, I show like the progression of how you do Underworld and what you start with and what you target. And so yeah, I have probably the best Underworld delve. Like, I have a gigantic playlist. You can go, if you look at playlists on my channel, there's a delve guide playlist. Like, the first couple videos are really old, but you could skim through it and find what you need for sure. PvP teams, like, when it first came out, I did, but now it's just, like, it's different for everybody. But you could probably find some on my channel, like back when we first started doing like the Citadel Wars, and I would put out a team for like each restriction, and but now it's like everybody has different restrictions because we're all in. I don't know. It just feels like PlayStation has a certain restrictions, and then PC Mobile has certain restrictions, and then Xbox has certain restrictions, and then Switch has certain restrictions. So it's never all going to be the same. And I don't even hit every restriction anyway. Like, I'll do Citadel Wars wherever it asks me to do it, and then I'll get my gold marks wherever it asks me to do it. So I'm not even, like, doing teams for every restriction, like, every week. So it seemed like a kind of like a waste of time doesn't help that many people. But if you want, I mean, like, just on stream, sometimes I'll do PvP. When it first came out, I do it. Like, if we have Guild Wars, I do a team. You can kind of get the idea if you just watch. Like, we have those restrictions quite a bit. So if you see, like, PvP green, we have a green restriction, like, quite a bit. You know what I mean? So you'll have a good idea of what kind of team to make for green restriction, or purple restriction, or elemental restriction, or rogue restriction. Like, we have those quite a bit. So the more you, like, watch and follow along, the more you'll see those, and you can then use them for PvP. But like I said, it's kind of like it would take a lot of time, and it would help very few people. So it's not really worth me going over, like, every restriction in PvP. And it changes every week, and it's different for everybody. So for all those reasons, that's why I stopped. DKA is great. Adventure Board has good stuff. Okay. Let's take a look at it. Ooh, Glory, Gold, and Deeds of Magic. Wow, Deeds of Magic. Those are good. Always good. Imperial Deeds, everybody needs those. Everybody needs that for sure. Definitely do your Adventure Board. Just helps you get class experience faster. It's a good habit to keep. Sometimes the XP booster asks for it. Just extra gold, glory, and deeds and stuff. Like, just a good habit to keep so you don't accidentally skip it. Especially if you're still leveling classes. We could look at those summoning stones, Sana. Did you... Not a huge... Like, I don't think it's, like, super important, but if you're a beginner looking for a very specific troop... Nothing there. Bog Strider's good. Bog Strider's one of those that I forgot to mention when I was talking about, like, you know, Leprechaun, Thrall, Bog Strider, Marilith, Bork. It's one of those. So Bog Strider's good if you don't have it. Might be worth a craft here. It's also a common, though, and it's so easy to get with keys that it's like, do you want to really waste jewels getting it here? If you're having, like, weird trouble, weird RNG, and you don't have it for some reason, but I would open a bunch of keys first because it's a common, and commons are the easiest thing to get with keys. One of the best commons in the game. No. Egg Thief. Egg Thief's alright. It used to be like Bork and Leprechaun, and it's still decent. It's just older. Nothing there. Sandrunner's okay. Nothing there. Lasher's okay. Yeah, mostly just Bog Strider, I would say. If you don't somehow have it, but it's also common, so... I would just keep waiting and opening keys, really. Soline says, I don't know how different is the game between consoles, but so far the stuff I see and learn here are very useful. Yeah, the only thing right now, Soline, is I think the Soul Forge, which is not a big deal. You guys might be missing like a couple of mythics that we have that you don't have, because I think you're pretty much all caught up though. Like all the used to be you guys would have like different events in a different kingdom and everything was different. You know, you'd still be the same game with the same stuff, but you guys would be on like a different schedule basically. But now you're on the same schedule, except for I think the Soul Forge, because you don't have. They're still like bringing in all the mythics for it, because Switch started like so many years after everything else that they're catching up. It takes a while to catch up, but you're mostly like, you can definitely watch me and definitely get like 90-something% of the stuff you need, because it's not like super different or something. John, you have a good team for the weekly event? I mean, there's lots of... See, Tesla, Tina. Sure you do. Alright, thanks, John. So Line says, does hero stats differ for every person or account? I'm at level 776, but my magic stat is still at 8. So many troops don't seem to hit hard enough. Well, there's other ways to get stats. Like, hero level's going to be the same for everybody. Like, everybody that's level 776 has the same amount of stats based on their hero level, but there's other ways to get stats, like leveling your kingdoms up, your kingdom power up. We went over this yesterday, I feel like, but the ways to get stats. Number 1, your hero level. That's not like the best way, but it's a way. It just happens, kind of. Number 2, get into a good guild. Guilds give you stats. So if you're not in a good guild, that could be part of the reason you don't have good stats. Like right now, we don't have a lot because it's the beginning of the week, but as we get all these tasks done, you get stats. You see that? +2 magic, +3 attack, +4 HP, +4 armor. So once we get all of these done, we're going to have some stats. Like the whole guild gets extra stats. And that happens on like Monday, so you basically always have them. There's like a few minutes, maybe half a day where you don't have these stats each week. But for 90% of the week, you're going to have these stats from your guild. And then, you know, your hero level, then your medals up here. Do you have global medals? Because you can get, like, extra magic up here. You can get, like, 12 extra magic with Nisha, like 3 Nishas. You can get extra armor with Guard. You can get extra life with Yasmin. You can get extra attack, life, and armor with Seasons. You can get 20% extra starting mana with Medal of Anu. You can have 10% chance to cleanse with Orpheus. So you want your global medals. So join a good guild, get your global medals, your hero level, your kingdom level and power, so every kingdom has a stat. And they're, you know, do the magic kingdoms first. There's soft caps. We went over this, I swear we just went over this like yesterday, or the day before. But you start with like your magic kingdoms, like Darkstone and Zalkari and Karakoth and Silverglade, and all those. You get them to the soft cap. So you'll see the soft cap is the stat, basically. You want to get all your magic kingdoms to level 10. And then you get the rest of the kingdoms to level 10. And then you get all your magic kingdoms to level 15. And then you get the rest of your kingdoms to level 15. Alright? And then you do your power. You can see which stat it gets over there on the left-hand side where it says skill bonus. That's attack. Like the 2 swords is attack. The heart is HP, the shield is armor, and the little, like, crystal ball is magic. So you're looking for that crystal ball. And then your power also gives you stats. Same kind of way. So do all your magic kingdoms to power 5. And then do all the rest of your kingdoms to power 5. Then do all your magic kingdoms to power 10. And then do all the rest of your kingdoms to power 10. Then 20 is the next step. Do all your magic kingdoms to 20, and then do all your... You know what I mean? That's a good way to get stats. Kingdom level and power. Kingdom is just pretty much gold, up to a point. And then power, it's going to ask you to do certain things, like get this many pets from the kingdom, get this many mythics from the kingdom, yada, yada, yada. Get the class to this level, or whatever. It's going to ask you to do certain things, and you just go do them, pretty much. And then you got... your underworld gives you stats. Right here. So if you click on one of these, you go to faction info. I'm getting 4 attack, 9 HP, 8 armor, and 2 magic for my entire account, everything I do in the game, because I have that much renown. So if you look at total renown, it gives you stats every once in a while here. That's for everything you do in the underworld. So getting horde level to 100 on every faction, just whatever level you're on, whatever level you defeated in each faction, what level pure faction you've done, what level deathless you've done. That's how you get renown. This is kind of like your kingdom level and power for factions, but it's called renown. And then each individual faction has like rewards it gives you for... you know, getting more renown in the faction. Like a pet. And like a, you know. So that's pretty much all the ways to get stats. Campaign gives you stats, like when you're getting this done. Like right now I have 5 HP, 5 armor, 2 magic. So as we get this done, it trickles in some more stats. That's pretty much all the ways. I can't really think of any other way that you get stats. You know, pets give you a little bit of stats, but you have to be using certain troops on your team, so it's not like always applied. Those are the main way. I think the main thing people miss is either you're in a terrible guild, or you're not doing your kingdom level in power, or you're not touching your underworld at all, or you don't have your global medals. Like, there's stuff, that's all stuff you got to do yourself, pretty much. You know, hero level kind of just happens, but you got to go out of your way to do the underworld, and you got to kind of go out of your way to do kingdom level and power, and you got to make sure you're getting your medals and have global medals, and you know what I mean? Like, make sure the campaign's getting done, and but that's pretty much. And then your individual troops, like, you can level up your individual troops to level 20 and fully ascend them and stuff like that. They'll get more stats that way. Like, you don't want to have this, if you're using a troop, you don't want it to be level 1. You know what I mean? And then your classes, you level your classes. Level 20, level 20, level 20. Guess that's also stats, you know what I mean? Get your weapons tempered. You don't want to have like a level 1 Tesla. You don't want to have like a level 1 Tesla that's not ascended, and you're not in a guild, and you have no global medals, and you haven't touched your underworld, and you haven't touched your kingdom level and power. Then your Tesla, yeah, is going to be very weak. But a Tesla on level 20 in a good guild with global medals where you did your underworld, where you're doing kingdom level and power, where you're doing the campaign, is going to be a really strong Tesla. You just got to work your way up. That's the game progression. You're going to have a certain amount of stats, and you're going to be working towards... The thing I always work towards is stats, really. There was a time and a place where I was trying to get every troop in the game or whatever, but the thing that's going to... The best thing in the game is stats, because it helps no matter what troop you're using, no matter what you're doing in the game. Like, it's going to make you a better account the more stats you have. So who cares if you have 1 billion gold? Who cares if you have 1 billion gems? Like, who cares how many troops you got or how many pets you got? What's your stats looking like? Because stats help with everything in the game. That one pet's not going to help with everything in the game. That one troop's not going to help with everything in the game. You know what I mean? Like, stats are the best thing in the game because it helps with everything you do. All the time, forever. In the past, in the future, forever. Like, stats are the best thing to be going for. Not certain troops, not certain pets, not a certain resource. Like, you should use those resources and troops to get stats, you know? Be working towards stats. Hopefully that helped. I've gone over that multiple times in the last week. And, yeah. Elite levels also, right? Once you get very deep in the game, you'll start gold eliting troops, and they'll get a little bit of extra stats from that. It's a good point, John. It's another way, yep. Faction gives stats, guilds give stats. I said that. No problem. Sometimes sometimes I don't see the chat right away. We're a little bit behind each other. But that's it for this one. I hope that helped. Yeah, stats is king. Just because it's every single thing you do in the game, you know. If you get Chrysanthrax, you can't always use it all the time. And then the more stats you have, the harder Chrysanthrax hits. So you can't, like, stats without Chrysanthrax are still good, but Chrysanthrax without stats is not still good. You know what I mean? So stats is king for sure, no matter what you're using. All right, I'm done. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below. And I'll see y'all next time, which is tomorrow. We always do the faction event because it's very valuable. It's an event that the devs put into the game, so you should do it. I'm going to do whatever I want, though. Do whatever I want. I'm going to straddle the toilet backwards. Now, do the events that the devs are putting into the game, because it's like super duper valuable to be doing those fights. Instead of just like, I'm doing whatever I want. You know, that's not as valuable. So do the faction event. It's Tuesday. That's when you do it. That's what you do on Tuesday. Faction event. You get 200,000 plus gold. You get all the other rewards. It's awesome. and it takes like 15 minutes. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. Like somebody said earlier, do I have all the faction teams and whatever? I do it every Tuesday, so tomorrow is Tinkertown, so I'll add another stream to the playlist. We'll do high, mid, and low for the faction event, just to go to level 90, get all rewards or whatever. And then we'll do pure 500 on stream, which I think Tinkertown is a hard one too. That's gonna be interesting. We'll see if I can beat it, because I think Tinkertown, and maybe that's why I call it Stinkertown, because the pure 500, I think it's hard. It's annoying, at least. It's one of the hardest ones, I think. It's annoying. Pretty sure. But I also do Deathless 500 on stream. Like, I don't care that I already have it done, all the way done. I'm trying to help people out, so I still do it. But yeah, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thanks for joining me today. Sauna, So Lion, Crow, John Heflin. We got Florian. Hi and bye. We got Crow. We got John. We got Starla. So Lion. Anita. Panda. If anybody does want to contribute to the chatathon and you can't be there next weekend, I usually will accept things that happen on like Friday, or like I can put it up early or something if you know, nobody usually ever does that, but it's possible. If you want to help, it can be done even if you can't be there. Zig the Kid was here today. Yoke the Ham. Anita with the gifted, thank you so much. You're a legend. Oh yeah. Tim D. Moore got it. He is now a sinner and one with the choir. We must pray. We got Anita. We got Chad. We got Sauna. We got Jets. We got Panda. Panda was here. Beg for mercy. We left them other guilds begging for mercy over the weekend with our Succubus Queen team, y'all. Chad with a 2 with a 2. Thank you so much. You guys you can have your own, like, phrase that I say about you, like Chad. One of these days, it's Chad with a 2 with a 2. Running out there. Got Daniel Lucas. Sauna with the gifted, thank you so much. You're a freaking legend. Oh, yeah. Went to Reverb, who is now a sinner and one with the choir. We must pray. Funky Town Jets, Anita, Daniel. Daniel was first. Funky Town was second. Sauna was third. Let's see who YouTube deemed the winner of the stream based on their experiences here. Chad won again. Chad the Clip Bomb. Chad with a 2 with a 2 is the winner today with 175 experience. Anita and Crow and Sauna tied for second. And then we got Angry Panda. Panda with the third place win today. Special thanks to Sauna, Anita, and Chad. You guys are awesome. Keeping those doors open, those lights on, those lights open, those doors on. Biker Lemon, see ya. Shout out to the lurkers. Shout out to the people watching after. You guys are important too. Hi there. I'll show you my nipple. Your Guild Wars was strange. We were like in the top 50 and all the 4 fights was against guilds that had 0 Ds. And I know I've been on the forum. So Stinkertown's the 4th hardest. Dang, that's going to be tough tomorrow. I'll probably lose. No problem, Panda. But Beg, I've been seeing on the forums, like, some people are like, we're only like a top 50 guild and we had to fight 1st place, 2nd place, 3rd place. Then I've seen it the other way around, like you're saying, where you're like kind of like a top guild and you're fighting like 0 defensive. You know, it'll sort itself out though. Patience is always key in Gems of War. If you're very impatient, this might not be the game for you. Like anybody that's new out there that's trying Gems of War, if you're very impatient, this might not be the game for you. You gotta wait on certain troops, like save up to buy certain things. You know, you're never gonna beat the game. You're not gonna get all achievements, etc. You gotta have patience with this game, and that's with the new Guild Wars. We gotta have patience because it's the ELO system, and it takes time to get stats and work out like where you should really be and put you up against, you know, the right opponents and stuff like that. But I think it's also that it's just not working the way it's supposed to, and like they're screwing it up. But it's a little bit of both. We should have a little bit of patience, and the devs should probably look at it too, because it should be better than the way it's been so far. All right, y'all. Have a good one. You're the best. See you tomorrow, I hope. 10 a.m. EST. Stinkertown, let's go. Plus, you know, we do that, and then if we have time, we'll do whatever you want. And then Friday I'll be back, and then Saturday's the chatathon. So that's the Gems of War stuff. See you then. Thank you so much for being here. You could be anywhere else, and I appreciate it.